How are you doing, folks? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life, and the spring is definitely on its way. A lot of the trees and bushes are budding out already. Don't forget the seed and plant swap is on this Sunday in Knockcrockery in County Roscommon. All are welcome. Please come along and share your gardening stories, and if you have seeds or cuttings, bring those along as well. And take a look at the seed swap video, which is down below, if you want to know how it works. We have a lot of surplus here this year to give away at the seed and plant swap. This is a purple lilac. It's already leafing out. We have some of this elder as well. You can see the elders are leafing out. And that's why we're going to cut those back first, just to make sure we get good straight wood again for next season. And the kiwis, we have a whole lot of hydrangeas as well that are actually well underway of taking advantage of the early spring. In Ireland here, it's been very warm, considering it's been about 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, and a lot of the plants are starting to wake up after a week of that. So the willows are not quite there yet, but they will start flowering eventually. So we're still doing willow cuttings, especially extra thick ones are still on special offer as well on our website if you're interested. Oh, there's a pheasant flying over there. The dogs get fierce excited when they hear a pheasant flying around, but they're not supposed to be going after them. See these elders as well. We'll leave these here just to show how big an elder tree can get in only 3 years. These are only 3 years old. But curly willows, we'll definitely bring some of those to the seed and plant swap as well. And you can see some of the josta berries are leafing out, the roses as well. You can see the rose buds here, that's a wild rose here. Starting to leaf out as well. We have a few different varieties of wild roses. I find they do take quite well from cuttings. This is a josta berry. All in all, we have cut back a lot of the willow. You can see there's still quite a bit of it left. And we're looking forward to cutting it all back to make it all nice and neat so we get fresh growth from the bottom up. And we're going to have a lovely summer hedge like we do every year with the willow and poplar growing here. And when you cut it back, you're coppicing it or pollarding. We coppice it to about hip height just to make it handy. This is a poplar. These willows here, we like to cut them back roughly to about half a person's height just to make it handy, but they'll bush out and they'll give us plenty of wind protection and privacy during the summer months, especially the late summer. So that's handy. This is a Sichuan pepper tree. Look at the spikes on that. Wouldn't like to be walking into that now. If you planted that into a hedge, it would do a good job in conjunction with hawthorn, or perhaps a bit of blackthorn mixed in as well. Look at this, isn't this? It's just a beautiful tree, the curly willow or corkscrew willow. Still available as well for now. Mainly I just want to show you around the garden real quick because it's late winter now, early spring, and I think it's all going to kick off soon now. When things start leafing out, you know, the currants leaf out particularly early because they're taking advantage of the early season and put some growth on, because these typically occur in forests or clearings in forests, and for that reason currants are actually designed to sort of start producing and putting away some sugar before all of those deciduous trees leaf out in a forest. And that's why currants and gooseberries do quite well, and they are able to produce some fruit even in semi-shaded condition under other trees, especially under fruit trees. There are no problems at all. It'll produce nearly the full amount of fruit. But I found that when you plant currants where they naturally occur, like in a forest thicket, they don't produce much, unfortunately. You can see here the oriental poppy is grown very well too. We'll try and take a shortcut here if I can make it through. You can see all the garlic is grown. This is the purple morado, and we have some other varieties of garlic over here. This is the aronia berry. It's also kind of starting to leaf out. We have a bit of a garden plant here as well, and it's starting to drizzle now. I'll make my way back over here just in case it might start lashing. It does happen in Ireland, especially these days. You see this pile of compost? We're going to put our new Vevor raised bed right here. We'll make a video about that too. But this compost pile is going to be spread all over to this side right here, and we're going to make a garden out of it here. Probably going to set up a new garden for little Jacob so that he has somewhere nicer to plant up, because his garden from last year, we made a video about it, all right. It is in a little bit of a wet spot back there, so I'd rather have it more accessible for him, making life a little easier for him. You see these willows here. I only planted these willow cuttings last year, 1 year ago. That's a cutting, and see, it just discards everything above the top leaf node. You could cut that off or just leave it. Oh, look at that. That's some growth in 1 year. The old hybrid willows are amazing like that. And this is what a willow tree can look like after 3 years. Look at this. Again, that is planted into lasagna garden beds though. Compost and wood chips, covered in wood chips. I've never seen it as wet in my life. Look at this, and yesterday it was all puddles here. And even today it's not much better. I mean, take a look at that. Absolutely soaking out here. The neighbour was very kind to me by bringing some bags of compost that I'm going to use to start seeds from the road way over there to the greenhouse. You can see them there, just here. So that saved me 18 trips with the wheelbarrow. Thank you, Brendan, if you're watching. And I did drive in here with the new van, which is 4-wheel drive, but the 4-wheel drive wasn't activated yet because of a little sensor. So I wouldn't drive in here with a 4-wheel drive van or Jeep either way. I think you'd get stuck one way or another. You can see here too, orphery are grown on the website. Is the flaming willow. So beautiful, especially in the winter. We've got lots of currants here too, and some marshmallows. Don't forget the allium sale is still ongoing, so you can pre-order your... I'll make my way to the greenhouse here now. You can actually pre-order potato onions and perennial bulbous leeks, the orphery, or all kinds of different varieties of garlic. You can order them now if you want to, just to make sure you get them before they're sold out, because they usually sell out every year. So, thanks for watching the video, and we hope to see lots of you at the Seed and Plant Swap this Sunday, the 2nd of March 2025. Please do come to it. Even if you have no plants or no seeds to swap for, we do run a raffle, and you can take a look at the other video just specifically on the Seed and Plant Swap to see previous events as well. And if you'd like to buy some cuttings, seeds or bulbs, or even indeed tubers, you can get those on our website, and it's gardensforlife.ie/shop. Thank you for your support. Oh yeah, and there is actually a discount. How are you doing, Jacob? The dogs are fierce kissy today now. We have a discount at the moment. Cuttings 2025 for 10% off everything on the web shop. And because the cuttings are starting to leaf out, and it's kind of a last chance for you, especially on the roses and the elders as well. Come here, come here. All right. Thank you for watching. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
What did you make with the new compost?
I think a ring for it. I'm not really sure what it is.
Oh, lovely. Is it good stuff, is it, the compost? It's lovely to work with. All right. Take a look at this here. So I got these trays from Fruit Hill Farm and a push out plate, I think it's called. And yeah, seems great. These are meant to be very strong and they last very long. We will also use soil blockers as well, but we find these are handy for certain plants. So hopefully these will last us a bit longer than these kind of trays here. I wouldn't recommend these because they are awful brittle. You can see the UV probably doesn't do them any good, but also they dry out here in the greenhouse very quickly. Are you yawning? The figs haven't leafed out yet in the greenhouse. Anyway, see you later. Bye bye. Don't forget about Jerusalem artichokes. They're still available now and you can plant up your own patch, mainly for food security and wildlife habitat. I'll link a separate video on that here.
Oh, you. Look at me.
You're a good boy. Aren't you a good boy?